Hello factory fans, in the last episode of our Legendary Factory series, we designed the ultimate Legendary Factory, a compact megabase powered by legendary buildings and modules. This episode, it's time to bring that design to life. We'll secure new resource patches, transport all our legendary components, and start building our NAUVIS Legendary Science Factory. Let's get started. We're going to try to build the thing we designed last episode to produce 800 science per minute on NAUVIS. So we're going to get all these items that we need to actually make this build. It's not overly complicated, but we'll need to visit several planets to grab everything. So let me quickly assemble the shopping list. I've just linked the logistics from my new legendary factory back into our old Volcanus factory that has all the rocket silos, so I can start requesting for stuff. Just checking that we have all the stocks for our basic materials. It looks like we do, which is fantastic. So Quillo 2 is going to be vastly responsible for grabbing and transporting all this stuff. Let's start with our belts. So we need about 168 legendary speed modules, which is a lot less than I thought we would ever need. So let's ship over, say, 200. We need about 117 legendary productivity modules. Our legendary factory has definitely done a good job because we've got way more than we need. So that's a good thing. Means we overkilled the factory a little bit. We didn't need to produce this many. We could have done a simpler factory that produced less modules. But this isn't it, by the way. This is only the NAUVIS science portion, so we are going to need to build something later on. And also, we might want to expand. You know, 800 science per minute is not that much. It's just a good starting point, but we've designed the base in a way that it's very easily expandable just by adding more beacons and more modules. What else can we grab from this planet? Our 18 assemblers and 9 foundries. I think I will... Well, foundries we can ship via a request because they only come in stacks of 5. We'll grab 10 legendaries. We've got 30 on the planet. And not on this blueprint, we actually need all of our big miners. We have nearly 30 big miners and a bunch of epic ones. I don't know how many of these I need to ship, probably a lot. So we're going to grab like 25 of these and maybe like 40 of those. I think that should be enough. Oh, they actually come in stacks of 20. What? Alright, that's simple enough. Then we'll add a section, we'll grab some more purple ones then. Grab like 40 of those since they're easy to ship. Need our legendary assembling machines, so we're gonna just ship all of them. I don't even have that many, so I'm just gonna put them all on the ship itself. We'll just do that manually if we have a spare rocket. We don't have a spare rocket, never mind. We'll do that automatically as well. It comes in stacks of 25, so I'll just grab 25. That should be more than enough, right? We only needed 18. Chem plants and smelters and stuff we're gonna have to grab from our other planets. And in terms of EM plants, sure, we'll go grab that from the other planet. I think that's everything from Volcanus. Everything else will be available on Fulgora, and we need to grab some stack inserters from Gleba. So let me task one of my ships to do that. Which one is already doing Gleba stuff? You're busy. You're doing Gleba stuff? Yes. So when you get to Gleba next, I also want, say, 100 stack inserters. And we have that available on the planet already, so that's fantastic. And just in case we forget, we'll just get NAUVIS to request those 100 stack inserters, because I'm definitely going to forget. Now, aside from that, we also need to build our White Science spaceship, so let's check what else we need for that. We do need some extra legendary productivity modules, which I believe we did bring extra, so that's fine. We need some legendary speed modules. We have that in excess as well. In terms of all the other buildings, I think we should be able to assemble most of them over on our other planet in Fulgora. I don't think we can build much of this stuff here because it doesn't need foundries, it doesn't need miners, yeah, and it doesn't need any sort of green logistics belts or anything like that. I know it says 3, but that was just a mistake while I was building it. I should be using blue for everything. So this ship shouldn't be a problem at all. So we just need to go to Fulgora next and grab everything once these logistics requests are completed over here on Volcanus. It's going to take a while for it to bring all of this stuff up, so we'll just have to wait. This is taking absolutely forever to do the rockets, so I'm going to drop a speed module over here to just get things sped up a little bit. We have the speed modules, why not use them? I don't think we have the production to keep up with this, but we'll see. Yeah, that's a lot better. There we go. It's taking so long to load this stuff. It's been probably like 10 minutes. And we haven't even loaded up the transport belts yet. Oh, I think we just did the transport belts. Now we're working on the undergrounds. So I feel like we have like no drones doing stuff over here. Go do stuff. Pick things up. Ugh, 25 per load. Terrible. Wait, stack size is 50. Why is it 25? Nope, it is 25. Is it not 50? Ah, the stack is 50, but the rocket capacity is only 25. Lame. I think we've got most of the stuff from Volcanus on board, so all of this stuff. Now we need to go to Falgora and grab the rest of the items for our blueprint. Now we need about 80 beacons, so I'm just going to request 100. What else do we need? Let's go across the list so we don't forget anything. So we need about 7 chem plants and only 3 EM plants. All right, well, that's pretty easy. So we'll just grab 5 EM plants then. Now, I know in my build, we did this in lower quality, but we don't actually need to use lower quality stuff. That was just for my calculations. So we can just grab 5. We have 18 on the planet, which is fine. Chem plant, we're going to have to make that. So let me just go do that real quick. We need 7, I believe. So we'll just make like 10, I guess. We can just directly make it in legendary. Let's see what materials we need for a chem plant. We just need green circuit, steel, gear, and pipe. I swear I had a box of legendary pipe somewhere and I've completely lost it. So let me just see if I can request it. Logistics storage 2000. Why do I have 2000 legendary pipe somewhere? What frick? When did that happen? I don't have pipes being made anywhere. Alright, whatever. Anyway, we're going to build our thing now. So we'll grab an assembler. Here's our little ad hoc construction area. We'll get it to make legendary chem plants directly. No need to save any more legendary materials because we're pretty much all good for that sort of stuff. We also need to make legendary oil refinery. The rocket capacity is 10, so we'll just make 10. I think we only need 5 for our blueprint, but having a few extra can't be a bad thing. Then we'll just switch the recipe over to oil refinery. Let's directly make that in legendary as well. Similar materials. We just need legendary stone brick, which we should have a few, and we'll just make a couple of those. Since we're making it anyway, we might as well make it in a full rocket stack worth. So that's 10. That's a lot. Okay, maybe not a full rocket stack worth. We'll just make a few. Maybe 5 will be enough for any future needs. I don't know why I would ever need more oil refineries in the future. Maybe for cracking and stuff. I don't know. Well, apparently we can only make 3. 3 is more than enough. Let's go. We'll send them on to our ship. We also need a legendary smelter, so we'll send up a stack of those, just in case we need more. We have legendary smelters being produced over here, I believe. Oh, we will need some legendary pump jacks. That's not part of the build, but we will need it for the oil. So we did bring a bunch of legendary pump jacks. I think 40 will be more than enough. And we'll just grab some smelters from our old facility, and they go in a rocket capacity of 50. Fine, we'll just take a full stack of legendary. Why not? And don't forget, we're also going to need all the legendary items for our spaceship. So we've got the modules and all the random items. That's all fine. We will need some guns, some thrusters, all this stuff on this list. So I'm just going to go ahead and make them all. It's going to take some time, so no need to bore you guys with that. Starting with our 15 legendary gun turrets. Then we're going to move on to thrusters. Here's our crushers and asteroid collectors. We got lucky enough to get 2 legendary asteroid collectors and 1 legendary crusher. Fantastic. Next is our steam turbines and heat exchangers. I kind of overcrafted the turbines, but that's fine. And now we're going to make our cargo bays. All right, we got 3 epic, 1 legendary cargo bay. What's next? Beacons. We've already got excess beacons. That's fine. We've got an excess smelter, assemblers. Everything else is fine. I think that's everything that we need. We just need to ship all this onto our space platform now. All right, everything has been shipped over and I'm aboard my spacecraft now. So I think that's everything we need to build our 800 SPM factory on NAUVIS. So let's head over to NAUVIS and get this started. All right, we're back at home on NAUVIS and we need to scout an area where we're going to build this. But before we do that, let's get started on our ship. So we have our space platform 1 from our very first Let's Play series, where like episode 1, where we first created White Science. We can just repurpose this platform to turn it into our new White Science ship. So while we scout for an area, we might as well let the game do that in the background, right? So we're going to deconstruct all of this stuff. Oh, is this full? Crap. I can't even deconstruct this stuff because this bay is full. All right, let me send back all the stuff to base. Can I manually send this stuff? Yes, cool. Get rid of all this White Science. Then we'll get rid of some of this stuff. All these like red belts from back in the day. What about asteroids? We'll crush them on the planet or something. I don't know. Yeah, this should be enough room to at least get the cargo bays in and stuff. So let me get rid of some of these space platforms. We'll get rid of this stuff. And that should be enough. Yeah, we still got enough room. So that'll be our space platform. We just need to lay over our spaceship White Science on top of it. and then it will request all the missing construction materials. Now, obviously, it's not going to be able to request all these legendary and epic stuff, so we're going to have to manually ship that down first. Let me just check this has enough storage. Great. So we'll go to Aquilo and we'll ship down all the stuff needed to build things. So like cargo bays and asteroid collectors, crushers, thrusters. We need some legendary chem plants, a smelter, and I believe that's pretty much it. So we'll let that ship down. We'll grab that and we'll just manually shove that onto the space platform 1. Unless by some miracle our game can automatically figure it out and do it for me, but I doubt it. Let's send up some of the stuff. Give you the asteroid collectors. Cargo bays are probably most important, so we'll deliver those first. You can have a thruster as well. No, not to Aquilo 2. Why can't I deliver this to space platform 1? It's set to like go somewhere. What the heck? Alright, space platform 1, deliver. Yep, there you go. And we'll set this one to deliver the energy stuff and whatever else it can fit. There we go. We've got some cargo bays on here now, and it's got a lot more storage space now, so we'll figure out what else we need. Some electric furnaces, some beacons. All right, we need the beacons, definitely. Have to send those down from Aquilo. We'll just send a little bit down. We don't need to send all of them yet. Obviously, I also need some speed modules and prod modules. Maybe I will send all those down because they don't take too much space. All right, we'll just keep shipping things over. You can have your thrusters and your last crusher. All right, I think that's most of the stuff that's been sent up. All right, the gun turrets. I need to start building some stuff, and we do need some solar panels to get everything started, but we'll worry about that in a second. I think we can get the nuclear power started, so if we just grab some of those solar panels, I think I had some spare ones, surely. Don't know if it's enough to kick everything off, but we'll find out. Just build some along here. Now we need to request some nuclear fuel and some repair packs, as usual, for all our builds. Now we've got a little bit of power, so hopefully that'll get that kicked off. While that's doing that, let me set up the rest of this stuff. So apparently I can Alt Control Shift to change the quality, or you can hold Alt Shift to change the quality once you click something. So that makes it a little bit easier to build this stuff. So I can just do that and then upgrade that to legendary like that without having to go through 10 billion menus. Fantastic. All right, everything's kind of going. We just need to wait for the nuclear fuel to come up. Got to build that, make all of these legendary. And I think that's pretty much it. Our whole ship is sort of operational now. We need to obviously wait for some asteroids to get the nuclear fuel going, and once the nuclear fuel arrives, we need to wait for the reactor to heat up. But that's all the automatic stuff done, and this ship can just chill in orbit and collect some asteroids. Now, I think I've got all this set up properly, so I don't have to worry about it too much, but we'll obviously check back in on it in a bit. We do need to get this thing hooked over here, I just noticed, and get that to read all belts so we don't flood our thing with asteroids. So this thing is now slowly heating up. Eventually some ice will hopefully melt. Oh, we've got to fix the belt over here. And that's pretty much done. If I go request any missing construction materials, only missing 6 epic modules, which is where? Here. So let me just put these as legendary modules. And we're sweet. I think we're all done. Oh, we're still missing 2 legendary modules. Is that just missing? Oh, okay. Yeah, I have 2 legendary modules. And that's it. That's our White Science calcite ship. Almost ready to go. It just needs to sit in orbit for a while we do the rest of our setup. Now it's time to take our little legendary Spidey out for a little bit of a run and see where we're actually going to build this base. We obviously need one of every patch of things. I don't want to be too far away from my main base because we still need to borrow the power temporarily until we get fusion power set up. I'm seeing a candidate over here that's got like iron, coal, and crude oil. So let's see if we can find a nice copper patch over there. Obviously my old copper patch is completely drained. We'll just walk through these biter nests, no problem. Holy crap, look at this biter nest. This is like a Death World biter nest. Now I know there's a copper patch down here somewhere, but that's a little bit far. There is copper and stone here, but this stone patch is also very tiny, so I'm not liking this too much. Let's keep exploring and seeing if we can find something better. Go around this lake. This is like no resources out here. We'll just keep walking around and seeing what our best option is. Eventually we'll find a big patch of resources, hopefully with all the resources sort of close together-ish. If we have to run a really long cable from the old base, then so be it. I've explored the entirety of the north side. This one seems promising, except there's no nearby coal. There's only this coal patch with 3 mil in it, but there's 16 mil and 17 mil copper here. If we could find a coal patch, that's okay, because the stone's also here, and we've got oil here, but there's not much oil here either. So there's nothing like super promising right now. Let me just keep exploring the south side. Maybe we got something good down there. I can see some coal and I can see some stone here, which isn't great, but maybe there's something down here. I mean, we've got over here 6 mil copper, 7 mil, and a little bit of everything here. So we can do that as well, but the stone's not great, I guess. I mean, here's actually okay. We can get most of the resources from here, but we'll see if there's anything better. 6 mil iron is not great, but I guess we can run more iron from over here. Maybe we'll just do it here. That will be our first, well, our one of our options. And we've got, yeah, oil up there. But let's check out down here, and then I guess there's nothing to sort of the left of the base, because this is the starter area, right? So the closer we get to the start of the game, the less rich the resource piles are. So I don't want to go all the way over to this side. So we'll just check down here, and if there's nothing better, I guess this is where we're doing it. And we'll just solve all the logistical challenges that we face along the way. All right, so I think this area over here is sort of the best to set up our new base, I think. One, it's close to our original base, kind of. We can make a little water bridge that crosses over from here to here, and it'll be reasonably close from our old base to the new base. Secondly, next in terms of resources, we have 2 stone patches totaling 8 mil. We have another stone patch over here. For iron, we have 1 iron patch on this side and 1 iron patch on that side, both in reasonable, well, you should be training this distance, but I'm just going to belt it for simplicity, just given how much, you know, logistics that we have to deal with. We've got another iron patch over here, and we're kind of in the center of like 3 iron patches, and there's a copper patch here and a copper patch here, although this one's only 1.3 mil. But we got a copper patch here with 9 mil in it, so that'll be good enough for now. I think if we keep this running for a really long time, eventually we're going to have to set up some sort of train logistics to make the whole thing work. But for now, we'll just do that. Alternatively, there's also, we can get this stuff from space as well. We can probably one day set up a space platform that can bring copper down from space indefinitely. So I think that that's plenty good reasons to set up our new base in this area. So why don't we get started? I suppose our first order of business will be to, well, first store all these legendary items so I don't lose them. But then what we need to do is basically create a land bridge across here where all of our current roboports are. That way we can have a very easy access over instead of having to cross this lake filled with biters all the way around. We're going to build our base here. So we're going to secure these iron and coal patches and this stone patch and this copper patch first. It's been so long since I've been here, I actually don't even know where my landfill is or what actually makes landfill anymore. I hope this is enough landfill because I don't even think I have more landfill. But let's create a bridge and see how big this bridge should be. Enough for my Spidertron to cross comfortably, I guess. Something like this, I guess, will be nice. So I'm going to build that across. It's going to be close. Now, I know my old base definitely doesn't have any stone left. So making more landfill is definitely going to be annoying because I'm going to have to secure a new stone mine for it. But I think we should have just enough to cross. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, cool. So we're still in secure territory, so we're all good here. Next, we need to secure these iron and coal mine and this stone mine. So let me just see what is a good path for this. If I extend this down this way, I mean, I might as well just lock it down here and then extend the wall like around and out here and just clear everything. Does that make sense? I think it does. All right, let me start doing that. It's going to take quite some time. I might just cut over it because you don't need to see me murder a bunch of biters. I have no Spidertron ammo. What the heck? Hold on one second. I have a bazillion rockets. What is going on with my Spidertron? Why is my Spidertron only ever requesting 100 rockets? It's requesting 1,000 yellow rockets. What? Oh, I know why. Because on my Gleba Spidertron, I changed this to yellow rockets. So I need... Okay, that's a bit annoying. I mean, I can just do both. But then my other Spidertron's going to request red rockets, which doesn't exist over there. But that's fine, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's just request 1,000 red rockets. It can have both. I mean, I can see it being handy to have yellow rockets sometimes. Alright, it's time to go on a massive biter murdering spree. This might take like an hour, but that's fine. We'll just slowly clear out this entire patch of biters over here. All the way around here, maybe even up to this lake. I don't know if I want to... Maybe it's easier to just wall off this lake, wall off down to this lake, and then wall off from this lake, and this whole area is now mine. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Alright, that's like this section cleared out. I've run out of missiles, so we're gonna go back and restock. We'll just bring all of the missiles and put it in the Spidertron inventory. Do I have to put it into my inventory and then put it into the Spidertron inventory? It's annoying. I cleared out this section now, so let's try to wall off from lake to lake. While I'm building the defense, I'm also going to send Aquilo 2 back to Volcanus to pick up some more Productivity 2 modules. Productivity 3 module legendary ones, because we've realized that once we put down our big miners, we're going to need quite a few of these. So I don't know how many I have on the planet. Let's just double check back in on Volcanus. Everything should still be running and functional, right? Do we have 400? No, we only have about 200. So we'll go with 200 for now, and then we'll add more as we need it. Yeah, I forgot we will need a lot of prod modules for the miners. That way our resource patches won't drain and we won't have to set up a train system eventually to bring more resources in one day. After about 10 minutes, my repair bot's finally caught up to me. I'll let it do its job. Now, after some minor border disputes with the biters in the area, we've managed to secure this south side wall linking this lake to this lake. So we should have this area clear. Now we just need to cut off this little area over here and we should be sweet. So we just got to do some minor cleanup around here. Let's go introduce the local biters to some missiles. Hello biters, would you like some laser? I know, this used to be your land, but I need to do infinite research. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take this land from you and repurpose it a little bit. It's okay. We'll move you to somewhere else later. Would you like to be part of my captive biter army? I don't think they want to. Now I'm gonna take down this wall because it's no longer necessary. I don't think this thing links anything together, so we're just gonna take it down. God, it's annoying that the logistics bots from these roboports over here are actually... Oh no, I need a deconstruction planner for this. I'll just do this manually. God, I'm so lazy to set up a proper deconstruction planner to do this. Oh well, we'll just take some wood. I'm just trying to figure out the best southward direction to bring down some power and some roboports to defend this border over here. It's probably around here somewhere. I'll just bring it south from about here. Like this. I promise this is just temporary. When I have my Megabase online, we'll set up the logistics properly to link it so it looks nice. But for now, I just need something to bring power and logistics down to this bottom left-hand corner. So this is going to have to do. Oh, I hope my bots don't cross in some weird direction because of this. Are they going to try to cross like from the base out here this way? Oh god. That's going to be a whole thing. I'll have to monitor and see. I believe they will. If they're going to try to deliver like a repair pack, they're going to try to like cut from here in a line to here. Hopefully they cut just over the water and not try to cut like through this and just die. Well, we'll see. Only one way to find out. So I need to build a wall here. Where's the closest wall? I believe if I just build a wall here, it should be sweet. Something like that will be enough, I reckon. Uh-oh, what's happening? Biters are destroying something. Must have left some residual biters, I hope. I didn't leave a nest somewhere inside my enclosure. Or did biters spawn here somehow? I don't know. Doesn't matter. What does matter is that these things are powered. Why are they not powered? Ah, something over here is getting destroyed as well. What's going on over here? Ah, a new biter spawned. Fantastic. Can't even clear this area out fast enough. But the power system that comes in here goes this way. So it's just this section that's not powered. Alright, apparently I didn't connect everything. Either that or it lost its power through this mine. Yeah, I believe that's what happened. Whoops. Anyway, doesn't really matter. We will renovate all this properly one day. And that day may or may not be never. But for now, this should be okay. We should just be putting this like here somewhere. And this wall looks like it is enough to stop the biters from doing stuff. So yeah, we might just put another laser tower line behind it. Give it some double laser, preemptively knowing that we're going to get attacked from there. Now let's look at our pollution. It's just barely out here, so that's why we're not getting attacked from down here or here. But as soon as our factory comes online, I believe we will constantly get attacked from every single direction. The pollution is being absorbed by this biter nest, so we will get attacked this way. but this side currently has no pollution, so we're all sweet. I don't know if by walling it off like this, whether biters can still spawn in the central area, but we're going to remedy that very soon by putting down all of our big miners. So I think we've secured the area enough. It's time to start our mining operations next. Alright, it's time to send down all of our building materials. Aquilo is back with all of our stuff. So we've got all our legendary prod modules. We've got to get all our green stuff down. All our miners and pump jacks. All our other legendary buildings. And I believe that's all for now. I can't see anything else here that I'm missing. Do you guys see anything I'm missing? Yeah, I think we're good. Anything else that we're missing for the build, we'll just grab ourselves. I'll grab all this stuff now. And we'll start with our big miners. And we're left a bunch of extra stuff over here, so we'll grab those as well. Now let's see if we can't set everything up. I just realized I haven't even secured an oil source yet. There's no oil source in this entire section, is there? There's one here with 3,000, we can do that. Or we can do this one up here with 3,000, or this one with 2,000. But we will have to clear an area at some point to secure the oil source and bring it down via pipe. Alright, that's fine. We'll do that when the time comes. Let's start with our solids first. Alright, let's just do the first one a little bit carefully. So, what is the amount of big miners I actually need on the material patch to supply the volume I need? If you remember from last episode, we need about 100 per second. So, one big miner with prod modules gets me 2.7. That doesn't sound good. Okay. We can always beacon the miners, right? Oh, damn, I have no power. Alright, let's run some power over just temporarily. 44. Alright, well, 2 big miners with beacons, sure. But the thing is, if we run it like this, are we gonna have to like constantly come back and keep moving the big miners like one tile to the left and stuff like that? Because it's gonna mine out little patches away, if you know what I mean. I guess we could try it like that and see how long it runs for with just one. And I'm kind of short on prod modules anyway, so it's better than without it, and it's doing 2.7. Wait, let me power it. Is actually doing 2.7. Yeah, it's actually doing 2.7. So yeah, it's better than not using a beacon and then trying to put down 50 of these times 4, which is 200 prod modules, which kind of sucks. So I think we'll do it with beacons is probably the better way to do it. So let me figure out where I'm going to put this now. Now here's the spacing of the big miners to sort of cover each other's patches. I can mine out like a row of the iron and just start shifting it inwards, I suppose, over time. But that seems kind of crazy, especially since my beacons aren't going to be able to hit that efficiently. Yeah, it's like one tile off to hit everything. So I think a better sort of thing to do is this. That way my beacons hit it like that. Nope, that's way too far. Yeah, that's basically in range of my beacons, and that sort of hits all the edge bits that I want. So it'll just mine, and we just have to like move this configuration a little bit every time. I think it's gonna mine out this stuff real quick if it's doing 120 per second. So if we chuck in some beacons, but at least this isn't gonna burn through all our beacons, all our modules real quick, because we still have to give a little bit of time for our planet to catch up on modules. We have used up pretty much all of it. Well, there's still another 60 now, but we've used up a lot. So we'll do this for now, and we'll belt it out like this. So what's the best way to belt out in this configuration? I don't want to use a bunch of belts. I don't want to use a bunch of jumpers. Whatever. Let's just do it. So it's 120. I kind of want it to be even on 2 sides of a belt. Oh man, this is so awkward. So just bring the power in any which way now. That's 134 iron per second. These 3 big miners. What the frick? The resource drain on these big miners is 8%, which is... I don't know how much... Does it tell me how many it's actually covering? Okay, so the expected resources is probably the best metric we can sort of analyze. 60k, 500k. So between these 2 big miners, they're expecting 1 million iron out of this, just this little corner of the patch, out of the 6 million iron. So if it's draining at 8%, we can like reverse divide it by 8%, and we can say that 6 million iron, well, we can roughly times it by 10, right? So it's actually like 60 million iron here. All right, sure. Whatever, too much maths for me right now. We're trying to play a game and enjoy ourselves, even though we are analysts. But we'll leave the maths for other people to deal with. But now, let's get this going. This seems crazy, but I think that's the right way to balance 3 belts. You just bring one out, split it in half, merge these 2 together, merge these 2 together, and then merge the 2 together. And that should give me a full belt. Now, you know that 120 is more than fits onto a green belt, which carries 60 items per second. But notice the stuff that's coming out here is stacked already. That comes out of a big mine. It comes out pre-stacked. So theoretically, this one belt should be able to carry enough, right? So we're going to take this setup and we're going to go duplicate it everywhere else. So for the coal, which just happens to be right next door, let me put it somewhere that makes a lot of sense. We want to take the top and the left kind of thing, and we just drop it down here. There we go. There's the coal done. Now we need the copper and the stone. Stone, let's cover all the resource patch. That looks good. Make it reasonably straight where we can. All right, we just need one more resource patch, which is the copper, which is down here. Let me go figure out how to power that and such, and we'll drop one on the copper. Let's try to get this like crap in the corner out first. One more tile, something like that. At least get it going the right way. That, I think, is where I want it. Get all these corner bits out first. I don't know why I'm doing 3 and not 4, because I guess 4 is too overkill. It somehow amazingly lines up with this thing, but sure. Anyway, that's the copper done. And now we have all of our basic resources. And we need to go bring in the oil. So the oil, which one should we go get? This one or this one? Or we can use the one at base already. I don't know. One curious thing that I need to have a look at is how much oil does a maximum pump jacked thing actually drain? And by that, I mean, we go to our oil reserve and we can see any of these that do 2 per second, like this one, 2 per second, right? This is an empty drained pump jack from a thing that's, tell me how much resource yield? Yield is 20%. I think that's the minimum yield anything can go down to. So if we grab one of our pump jacks and we chuck it on, it's legendary now, and that gives 3.4 versus one that does nothing. We have some speed modules in here. Let's compare it without speed modules. So a regular pump jack thing gives me 6.6. A legendary one gives me 3.4. That's not a fair comparison because this oil patch, I believe, is not at 2 per second, 5 per second, 5 per second. Okay, none of this other stuff is drained. Only this one's drained. Okay, we got no comparison. Whatever, I don't care. Let's put these speed modules back in. Let's just figure it out. So by default, we get 3.4. So if we chuck in some speed modules on this drained patch, with legendary speed modules, it goes up to 11. So we can also beacon it up, right? So if we chuck it down one of these beacons, we can get it up to 33. How much is all of this old patch producing? 87. So we can just give this one like a few beacons, and now it's giving us 43. Doesn't sound right. All right, one beacon gives us 30, and then we kind of start getting diminishing returns from the beacons. That's so weird. Shouldn't it be like sort of linear? All right, 36. Okay, that's not the best. I don't think that's enough crude oil to supply our adventures. So we will go secure a new thing. Here, you can have this with legendary speed modules to supply my old base. 11. Yeah, it goes from 11 to about 30. Okay. So we'll go secure a new crude oil pipeline. It's going to be over here. It's going to be a little bit annoying with all the biters in the way, but it's fine. We'll just grab it. We'll run a new oil pipeline into the base, and yeah, that'll be that. I'm sorry, biters. We need this oil, and therefore you guys are going to have to relocate your homes for a bit. I'll send you guys a check in the mail. It's okay. God, aren't we glad we just like fluke rolled this legendary Spidertron? But apparently it's not even that hard to get a legendary Spidertron. You can just upcycle the fish the same way that I upcycled the eggs, and you're gonna have a legendary fish in no time. And you can see I've got all the other legendary materials in bucket loads, so it shouldn't be too hard to make a legendary Spidertron. I think one of the annoying things that you would have to do though is get the carbon fiber from Gleba. You'd probably just have to go there and like build legendary carbon fiber or do something on Gleba to get legendary materials. We're gonna go to Gleba and do legendary carbon fiber one day, but that day is not right now. Just in case we want to build anything legendary like rocket launchers and stuff like that, we'll be able to one day. But anyway, we've done this oil. Let me just go over to this oil area and just secure it. It's looking good to me. I can't really see where the oil patches are amongst all these biter corpses, but we will just chuck down some legendary pump jacks, probably on the furthest ones away. Like, is there like 3 that's kind of within range of 1 beacon? 1, 2, 3. That might be a bit of a challenge. We'll chuck in prod modules in these ones so they don't run out like instantly. The difference between a prod module and speed module will also be very interesting to look at here, because a prod module gives 38 and a speed module gives 126, and they all have the same amount of oil, right? No. Yeah, definitely speed module will get us the oil out faster, but I think the prod modules are fine. That gets us 85 oil, but I haven't put down my beacon yet, so if we do it with a beacon, we might need a couple of beacons. This gives us, well, nothing because I can't tell without any power. Let me go and route some power in. Now, biters don't eat power, so it should be fine, I think. Let me just clear a straight straight-ish path. Okay, I want to do something like this. Don't mind me, I'm just running some power lines. It's just relax. Giving you a little bit of a renovation in the area. Just laser these guys down. Oh, legendary mech armor coming in useful. It usually takes me forever to laser down a behemoth biter, but now it's kind of fast. All right, I've got some power. Let's chuck down a substation, and let's get that powered so that we can see how much it's doing. 850. I think that's enough crude oil to get us going to start with. Then we can add on more later. Let's run some pipes over, and then we'll run it out along our power line. All right, we're overextended. Where? Oh, like so close to our base. What if I put in a pump here? That's not, they don't like that. Where did we overextend? Round right here. This is an annoying place to put a pump because it's right in front of my base. I was hoping I could get into my base before I had to do any sort of pumping, but that's fine. If we need a pump, we need a pump. All right, we've got our oil into our base. That's all our solids and our fluids done, basically. Well, we only have 1 fluid. And the only other thing that we're going to need is calcite from outer space. So let's go check out what's going on over there. Now, when I start moving my cargo landing pad, it's going to cause issues, right? But that's fine. I just need to... I can't move my captive biter nest, and I do need the flux to go back home to keep the biters going. Let me just think about how I might do that. So this land bridge might just need to temporarily carry flux back across over here so that we can keep this going. Otherwise, these biter eggs aren't going to be produced anymore. And if the biter eggs aren't going to be produced, we're not going to be making any more new prod modules, which I'm not ready to let that go yet. And currently the flux is coming from our cargo landing bay. And that's the only important thing I believe that's coming in here. Everything else I don't care about. So, oh crap, I'm getting like an infinite supply of green arms now. Stop that. I don't, thank you for bringing so many stack inserters, but I don't need you right now. So I need to move this thing into the new base, this cargo landing pad. And at the same time, I need to create a new flux line from wherever I'm going to be building the base. So maybe we should build the base first before I plop down my cargo landing bay and get everything online so that I know where everything goes. We will go and test what our space platform's actually doing. It's not doing anything. You haven't done anything this entire time you've been here. How? Why? What? You've got asteroids on the belt. You've got fuel in the tank. No, you don't have fuel in the tank because you've had no water the entire time. You can't tell me there has been no ice asteroids in the entire time that we've been chilling here. That can't be a thing. And why have you not created any ammo? You have, but you haven't put any ammo into the bank. Okay, so ammo is not a problem. We can fly for ice asteroids. I just find it very funny that this thing has not had a single surplus of extra ice asteroids to do anything with. That's crazy. You've had no water this entire time I've been playing and killing biters and stuff to do stuff. That can't be right. It just must be something wrong with my build, right? No ice asteroids. Off you go to Volcanus. I believe that's what I said I was going to do with this thing. We're going to go between NAUVIS and Volcanus. Now, obviously, you have no fuel. Oh, God, can't even do anything with no fuel. Where's the ice asteroids? Okay, so the ice asteroids are coming around here, and it's all being turned into calcite. I understand now. And then we're flushing the excess ice out before it gets to water. All right, so my assumption with this spaceship is that we were always going to, yeah, we were always going to get enough ice asteroids. But given that we're not, we should do a system where the ice can somewhat go over here and not immediately get flushed. We do have the room to do some sort of logic, right? So we can go like, stop flushing all my ice. We can do like a priority system like this. Do we have splitters here? Oh, we have like no splitters on this whole thing. Put blue splitters down. Then we basically want it to split and then go merge with this ice over here. Like an extra belt of ice if needed. So priority is going to be on the right. And if this ice belt is full, then it's going to go over here and then be thrown off the edge. I don't know if it works grabbing directly off a splitter, but it'll be something like that. That way we can at least produce ice when there's not enough ice. We do need to use the right jumpers. So there we go. Now we've got some ice in the system. It can produce some fuel and then we can go. Oh, and then the white science is eating the ice before it gets to the water. Fantastic. The priority on this spaceship is all wrong. Oh my lord. I don't know if this priority is going to kill us in the future or whether once we bank enough asteroids, this won't be a problem anymore. But temporarily, I probably just want to disable the white science thing because it's eating all the ice in the system. This thing needs to be the highest priority machine. So we basically want to go only run white science. Oh my god, now it's going like crazy. It's going to eat all the ice. Only run white science when this machine has ice. When ice is greater than 0, right? So if there's ice in here, then run this machine. Don't eat all my ice first. I should have done this in a priority system. That was stupid. I should have had this going to the water first because the water is also the power and everything else. So that's probably why it hasn't been picking up ice asteroids as well, because we haven't been, we haven't done that. But anyway, we've got enough. Well, we have to wait for a few more ice asteroids and then hopefully we'll have enough fuel banked up and then we can go for an actual test flight. Silly design problems that you don't really think of in testing mode when you have infinite resources, but stuff you do have to think about in practice. My design with this is just assuming we have infinite asteroids because we're running all the time. It's never accounted for the fact that we might have a shortage of ice asteroids and that might be a problem. I think we have like double the bots building because my Spidertron's also like kind of helping me out, isn't it? It's mad. Look how small this build is compared to like the things we usually do. Ah, legendary shenanigans. So many shenanigans. Oh lord, not bots from my actual logistics system trying to help me out. But I have no storage tanks on me. Well, that's an annoying thing. I have to go back and get some, but I think most of the build is now done. Ah, and this magical biolab that we're going to have to grab at some point. What does a higher quality biolab do? It increases the speed of research, but it doesn't increase the efficiency of research. That's fine. That just means if we don't have enough, if we can't make a legendary biolab, what we can always do is just make a, we can basically just make more biolabs is what we're saying, right? That's fine. I don't know how many biolabs I actually need to keep up with this research speed. It says 17.5. Does it say, like once I put one down with my rate calculator, that how much science it actually can consume? It must tell me, right? Alright, I think that's it. That's the whole build done. Let me go grab a biolab and some storage. We did make some biolabs back in my Let's Play series because I was going to upgrade my science setup, which is using regular labs. But I never got around to it because by the time I made the biolabs, I didn't care about research anymore. It didn't matter. Obviously, I don't have one legendary biolab. I doubt it's made one, but I did put quality modules in the build, so maybe it's made an epic one. Also, I have storage tanks somewhere here. Yep, bringing some storage tanks. Where's my biolab area? Here, we got biolabs here. Our best that we can do is one blue biolab. All right, that's fine. We're gonna have to figure out the recipe to make a legendary one of these. Now, the hardest part is gonna be capture robots because that's all fluxy stuff. This we can just upcycle biter eggs until we get the legendary biter eggs. That's actually kind of hard to do if you think about it, because how many biter eggs do we need? 10 biter eggs. So we need to get 10 biter eggs within 30 minutes to make a legendary one. Otherwise they're going to expire, aren't they? So yeah, definitely a challenge. We're going to need all our best quality modules, and we're going to need to upcycle like a lot of biter eggs at the same time. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. One blue biolab is good enough to get us started. The speed of the biolab is not that important because we can always use slower biolabs and more of them if that's the case. It goes against our theme of our legendary playthrough, but you know, for now it'll be good enough, and we'll do a legendary biolab maybe at the end of the episode, maybe some other time later in the series. Alright, biolab, where are you? Blue biolab, there you go. Let's see how much science you can actually handle. Only 4.3? Oh, no. No, that's not good. That means we need a legendary biolab now. That's less science. Oh, we need like 3 of these. That's annoying. I don't have the framework to like make more of these at the moment. Surely the maths is wrong on this. Alright. We'll have to think about that now, maybe? Oh, that's annoying because that means we might need more legendary biolabs to scale up. Let me go double check that in testing. I'll be right back. Alright, that is super annoying. Check it out. One legendary biolab can only handle 14 science per second. So that definitely means we're going to need not only a legendary biolab, but later when we upscale past this, we're going to need multiple legendary biolabs. So I will need to figure out how to do this setup in duplicated. So I think it looks so much better with a legendary biolab. Fine, I will make a legendary biolab. Now thinking about it, I don't want to create a system to make legendary biolabs for now, because the issue is that the stuff that's required is all perishable, right? Like flux and stuff like that. So it's too hard to control. There's going to be a lot of wasted materials if I try to automate this. And at the moment, I only need 1 biolab. So let's see how hard it is to just make one manually. So I'm just going to do this, I guess, over here with the rest of our captive biter spawner area. That way I can upcycle the eggs here. I'm going to go grab some quality modules. I don't think I have any legendary quality modules here. So do you have any on you? No. I'm going to have to go grab some from Fulgora. Let's go. So the biolab requires capture rockets, and it needs quite a few capture rockets. So a capture rocket requires what? And blue circuits. Oh, dude. But mostly flux. It needs 20 flux. Oh, lord. 20 flux and 2 blue processors units, steel and flying robot frames. And to make a biolab, I need 2 legendary ones. So is this just easier to build non-legendary? Otherwise, I need 40 legendary bioflux. Is that even possible to upcycle? Because bioflux spoils in how long? In 2 hours. Okay, that should be fine. I need 40 bioflux. I need a legendary flying robot frame. I'm just wondering, is it easier to just build a lot of these and just proc a legendary? Proc 2 legendaries. Given that I'm on this planet, I don't have to bring all the legendary stuff. Or is it easier to upcycle to legendary bioflux and then just straight up build 2? I only need 2, right? Choices. Well, doing it normally is definitely the more automated solution. Let me just try normally first, and then we'll go with the... If it takes too long, then we'll go with the other solution, right? What we'll do is we'll spend some time hooking up this setup and testing it, and then if it hasn't created any legendary stuff by then, we will just do it ourselves, I guess. That makes sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We have a lot of flying robot frames. Yeah, I have some productivity modules for now. But lend them some productivity modules. Make this faster. Yeah, be more productive and be more speedy. Now we're producing 3 per second. Alright, that's fast enough. Oh man, this is annoying. Decisions. We don't even have much steel on this planet. Do we have a steel belt? Oh, yeah, we do have the steel and the flux. Let's at least do this somewhere that makes a little bit more sense. Like, for example, here. It's kind of close to where the flux is coming from, right? We've got our quality modules, I think. Oh wait, no, I didn't get it imported from the right planet. Automatic requests. We definitely have 50 quality modules, right? Here I was thinking I was done with all this quality stuff, but apparently not. That's fine, we love a challenge, so let's try to make these 2 legendary capture robots. Now we're going to grab the materials with a requester chest. Wait, let me just see if there's any other weird materials that I can't directly make this in legendary once I get these 2 capture robots. Obviously I need 10 legendary biter eggs. That shouldn't, in theory, be a problem. Uranium 235. I can upcycle that into itself, right? I'm gonna need some legendary recyclers as well. I don't have any more legendary recyclers, but I need some epic ones. Let me just grab some epic recyclers while I'm here. Uranium 235 won't be a problem either. So after the capture rockets, I'll make the uranium 235. In theory, that should just upcycle into itself. Oh, I'm gonna burn through all my uranium 235 doing this. How many do I need? 3. Okay, that shouldn't be a problem, right? If it's like a 1% chance to upcycle from a regular one, in theory, I just need to upcycle around 300 uranium to get 3 legendaries. That shouldn't be a problem. We'll need to upcycle 1,000 biter eggs to get our 10 legendary biter eggs. That shouldn't be a problem. And then the refined concrete, legendary refined concrete. Don't we have straight up legendary refined concrete over here somewhere? We'll just grab the stuff while we're here from Fulgora, right? I thought I had a box, or if I was smart, I would have put this refined concrete into a box somewhere. There we go. Refined concrete legendary. We need 25, so I'll request that as well. I'll bring 100 since it's 100. What else do we need? Because once we get the biter eggs, we need to do everything at the same time. We just need 1 lab. Let's see what we need to make a legendary lab. Labs are super easy. I'm not worried about the lab, but we do have to have it pre-made. We need legendary transport belts, legendary green circuits, and gears. What do we need to make a transport belt? Why transport belts? So random. Plates, gears, and green circuit. All right. And we just need 1 lab. So let's just bring plates, gears, and green circuit. I believe that's everything that we need. But we'll find out soon enough once we get back here. So we're going to do this. We're going to need a lot more flux as well. So let's bring all of our flux over first. That way it can free up some room for my flux ship to bring more flux over. What'd you guys do? The heck? They just like exploded with flux. Alright, Quillo 2's got all the stuff, so we're going back to NAUVIS. Now this thing's gonna make capture robots, and if they're not legendary, I want them to sort of upcycle, right? To like conserve material. And then when they upcycle, they're gonna go into a higher quality one of these, and then, oh man, it's gonna be a whole thing. Do I want it to quality upcycle? What if it quality upcycles to a legendary randomly? That's so annoying to think about. Does that mean I need 5 of these to craft in every single quality? That's too annoying to roll. I don't like that. Oh, just upcycle it normally then. We'll just use a regular recycler and then we'll just upcycle it. Alright, Quillo 2 is already here. Let's just get started. We'll just let it run. It's not going to be the most efficient thing in the world, but it's just going to work. I think. Hope. Alright, let's bring down the rest of the stuff. While that starts, we'll go make the rest of the stuff. I can't even start making the legendary eggs yet because it takes, like, I don't know how long it's going to take for this to happen. This could happen in like an hour. It could happen in 10 hours. Alright, give me all my stuff. We'll shove the quality modules in ya. Oh, I should really do the upcycling process. It'll make it a lot faster, I have a feeling. Shouldn't be lazy. It's just one-time build, right? We don't have to do anything fancy. We just need to tell it to make this. Then tell it to make every single quality one. Then we want to put it all into a singular box. So from this box, we want to take everything that's not legendary. We'll keep the purple ones as well. No, we don't need purple ones. We just need legendary. So let's just go less than legendary. And that's going to go into an upcycler. Now, I don't think we're going to need too much speed on the upcycler. But we will put a quality module on there. Now, we need chests against each single one of these. Obviously, they're not going to be able to request any of this stuff from anywhere. Well, apparently I have... What? How do I have high quality materials on this planet? I have legendary steel on this planet somehow. Alright, whatever. But it's not gonna be able to request legendary flux or flying robot frames from anywhere except when it dismantles one of these capture robots, right? So we'll put in a passive provider chest over here, and that should give it to all of these, in theory. That has 12 legendary steel. Well done. 12 legendary steel from my upcycling process down there that I started a long time ago. This needs quality modules, and in theory, this system should eventually produce us 2 capture robots in legendary. Let's observe it for a while and see if that's indeed working. So this thing has a 24% chance of going up, and then when it goes up, it will, if it's not legendary, it will upcycle, and then this has another 25% chance of making these materials higher quality. And this is as fast as it goes. So we just have to wait. And then if it is, make sure this filter is correct. Less than legendary. So in theory, 2 will end up being in this box. Let's just watch it for a bit. I'm not seeing the other stuff out of here, the flux. Alright. I just saw some flux. Ah, it made a green one. Yeah, so it's definitely working. And then the green one has a higher chance of making a blue one. And now we're getting some blue stuff. And then the blue stuff has a 25% chance. Yeah, we definitely need to upcycle like this. I think it'll be too slow to just try to make 100 of these. We haven't gone up to purple yet, I haven't seen. But we haven't even had enough to make a blue one yet. Oh, there goes our blue one. So our blue one has a pretty high chance of making a purple one. I don't think it did. Oh, it did. It made a purple one. And now it's put the purple one in here. I'm just observing it because the spoil time, right? Oh, it's 4 hours spoil time. What am I worried about? Yeah, I think this plan will work eventually. It's just going to be very slow, right? All right, we'll check back on this in a bit. Let's go make the rest of our legendary components first. Some of this stuff is just direct, like the concrete. Yeah, let's chuck this down. Then we're going to make the biolab. So the biolab needs, how many transport belts? It needs 4 transport belts. So let's make legendary transport belts first, 4 of them. Such a weird thing I'm making legendary. It needs 1 iron, 1 gear. So we just need iron and gear. I got too many. I needed 4. I bought 1,000. Oh, we made too many. 6. Oops. What am I ever going to do with these legendary yellow transport belts? We need to make a legendary lab. We can just shove this in, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't have power. Okay, there's our legendary lab. Let's chuck the legendary lab in here. And that's one of our components. Sorry, let's chuck this onto legendary. All right, next up, we need to upcycle the legendary uranium. So let's go grab all our uranium and throw it into an upcycling process and seeing if we can get a legendary uranium out of it. Oh man, we don't even have that much uranium. 3 requires 300. So in theory, this entire box of uranium is what I need. And yeah. How's that Kovrax enrichment process going? You're not going at all because you're out of regular uranium. What's happening with our regular uranium? They're not producing because our pipe's being cut again. Awesome. We're producing uranium again. Thank God. We only got 1.4 mil left in this base. Alright, that's fine. We've got 300 U235. Let's see if we can upcycle to 3 legendaries. Alright, here's the setup. We're just going to put it through recyclers with quality modules and hope for the best. So here's 300. Let's see how many we get. Why am I sitting here staring at it? I don't really care. Let's just see if that 300 works. Let's see if we've got any legendary capture robots yet. I don't see any. Have you been making epic ones? I don't know. Have you been making blue ones? I don't know. But we'll just have to wait. It's going to take some time. I think you've finally run out of flux now, have you? Nope. You're still going as hard as you can. I don't want to make a mistake in my system. It's actually been like recycling my legendary ones away. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, we've got 10 legendary flux though. We've almost like hard crafted a legendary one. We just need 2 more of these. So it has been trying its best to get to legendary. It's just going to take some time. I hope it does. Yeah, well, the flux isn't going to run out for hours. It's fine. Our 300 uranium is getting destroyed at the moment. I see some blue. Alright, so I just upcycled through 300 uranium and I got none. So I think this process is going to warrant an episode of in itself. Just to figure out how to make legendary biolabs. Now, we've almost got 1 legendary capture robot, which is fantastic. So we'll let that keep going, I guess, maybe. But then we'll stop it when we get 2, because when, like, if we it had to cycle through 300 uranium and get not a single legendary uranium. If we got like 2, then I would have been happy with that, and then we could have just like brute forced the 3rd one. But because we got none from 300 uranium, either that or I have this set up wrong. Filter, legendary. Legendary would have gone through here. Yeah, I don't think I've had that set up wrong, and I was observing the system most of the time. It never upcycled a legendary. It did upcycle an epic at best, and it didn't go to legendary. Fine, it's only 25% chance. So the amount that we need to upcycle to get 3 legendary is actually massive. So we can't just do this like this. We're actually going to need a proper process to do it, which is probably going to be through very slow Covarex enrichment. So we're going to have to like work our way up through the various quality cycles. Either that, or I can try to upcycle all my nuclear, or downcycle all my nuclear fuel. So if I dismantle all my nuclear fuel, oh, I don't know. Is that a good idea or not? Oh, I don't know about this. Seems a little bit janky. All right, let's try dismantling some nuclear fuel. We have too much nuclear fuel anyway. So if we take the nuclear fuel and we just dismantle it, let's see what that gets us. This seems insane. Oh my god. What does nuclear fuel even dismantle into? Nuclear fuel dismantles into nuclear fuel? Hold on. What are you becoming? It becomes nothing. It's just becoming higher quality nuclear fuel. Well, that sucks. That doesn't work either. So we need to dismantle thingo. We need to do the actual uranium itself. We can't do nuclear fuel. Well, that kind of sucks. So yeah, I think this thing needs a lot more thought process than what I'm giving it right now. So I'm not going to do this right now. We're going to go back to making our factory, and we're just going to use like green biolabs or whatever normal quality biolabs. And I'm just going to have to make a lot of them, basically. If you thought everything would come easy, it's definitely not going to come easy. But that's fine. What we do have at the moment at our disposal is a lot of biolabs. Let me just put all this epic material somewhere so I don't lose it. Now, we do have 5 green biolabs. So let's see if we can't make 5 green biolabs process the 10 science per second that we need to process. Now, this of course does mean that we need to redesign this section a little bit. So we're gonna like open it up a little bit like this. Then we need space for belting. Let me think about this. So I've done this I haven't actually designed the biolab section at all. At the moment, it's just doing this, but this only does 3.8 and a green one only does, oh, they're so crappy, 3.1. That's not even that different to 3.8. So to process 10, I need like 4 of these. And to speed them all up, I'm going to need a bunch more modules and a bunch more speed modules. And that's not a problem at all because we've got so many. What the problem comes in at is, sorry, where the issue arises is that we need to belt all these science in somehow. And they're going to need a lot of different belts. So let me figure out how I'm going to do that. But eventually, I suppose we're going to have to tackle this problem even with legendary labs. So we might as well just figure it out now. I'm most likely going to need like 3 different types of belts. Because there's 12 sciences all up, right? So let me move this entire lab setup a little bit out of the way. Like here. That way the stuff can come in this way. Now, how much belt braiding can we do in one? So say we've got like an input of green belt over here. And then say we have some blue belt coming in over here. And then we can do like 1 more something belt. Will that work? It's all going to be a little bit janky doing this. And each belt is 6 science. If we do that on both sides, that's 12 science. But how do we get the spoilage out then? Damn. Automatically annoying. Because you got to realize you got to handle spoilage, right? So not that simple to get it beaconed on both sides. All right, well, we can always extend outwards like this and just have it pass science. That shouldn't be a problem, right? All right, let's just do the power out of the way. Now I kind of want it on the other side, like on this side. That way I can have all my buffering and stuff happening over here, and I can have my cargo bay over here. I've already run out of speed modules. I need more speed modules, damn it. Let me go grab some. Speed modules are not an issue at all. Go on, off to Volcanus with you. Pick me up some more speed modules. Let's bring another 200. And we also want a few more prod modules, right? I'm sure you got 50 for me. Let's check in on Volcanus, see how it's all going over there without my constant supervision. We've got another 100 prod modules, and we have still nearly 1,000 speed modules. Fantastic. Now, I know I'm missing some speed modules here. This will give me an approximate science. 11.7, that should be more than enough. So let me put down all the grabbers. We can put grabbers all through here. Inserters, I'm sorry. And then we can get these to belt in as 3 of the sciences. Oh, that's only 10 sciences. How am I going to get science 11 and 12 in? Well, we can figure it out when the time comes, but that's not going to be for a while. I mean, we can just belt it in here and they can just grab from here, right? That's not a problem for the next science. And then everything should just pass along the line, and it's not going to be a problem because there's only 4 labs, so that should be fine, right? In theory. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll find out. So that should be the entire setup ready to go. We just need to put in our inputs and turn this thing on. So let's go ahead and do that. Check in on our space platform 1 where our calcite is going. Now we have a full tank of stuff, and now we have calcite. Fantastic. So our next big challenge before we turn on this entire system is moving the cargo landing pad. Now, the only thing I want to support in my old base, as I said before, is the biter eggs. So we need to build a belt. Wherever we put the cargo landing pad, it needs to come with a belt of flux back to base, because I'm not relying on my robots to traverse this distance. Oh, all this old science. All right, I'm going to take it. I hope I didn't break anything. We'll take some cargo landing pads with us. Oh, I deleted all the settings. Ah, that's fine. We'll redo all the settings so that it's all correct. Probably a good thing that I deleted all the settings. So our cargo landing pad is going to go somewhere over here. We'll give it a little bit of room in case we need to do some shenanigans. Then we can extend out the cargo bays somewhere in a direction that we don't care about, like that. It can keep extending down that way, I think. Then over here, we need to tell it to grab flux. So we want to store, I don't know, like 500 flux every time. And let's just double check on Falgora, which is grabbing the actual flux. Oh, we have no more flux on Gleba. What happened? What? Gleba has killed itself for some reason. That's not good. All right, let me go fix Gleba real quick. No idea why the system killed itself, but that's fine. I think there must have been spoilage at the end of this belt or something. I don't know. Anyway, I'm back at Gleba. I restarted it because we need the flux back at base to keep producing stuff. So definitely need to restart the system. Anyway, back to NAUVIS, back to our build. Back home now, we got to run a belt back over and bring this flux. So I'm going to grab an inserter. Let's see, where should I do it from? Let's do it from here, I guess. Doesn't really matter. All right. I'm going to filter this for just flux, and we'll bring just that back to the old base. It's the last thing that we care about in the old base. One day I'll move this process over to this new legendary base, but for now, we're just going to bring it any which way. God, I'm so fast. Run out of green inserters, so I'm just going to use blue for the rest of the way. Oh, didn't line up. What the heck? All right, I'm going to have to do another turn. All right, it's just a temporary setup, as I always say. So it's legal to do this. I don't want to go in the middle of the things, so we'll go like here. This is a long ass belt. I've even run out of blue undergrounds. Oh no. Turn on personal logistics again. Alright, I'm just gonna dump it into a box around here somewhere. And this can be the flux box. Now I'm not gonna get it to request flux because I don't want robots doing this. Now how do my logistics robots know now not to take the flux from here? Well, at the moment, it's not in a logistics network, which is fine. It's probably best not to put this thing into a logistics network, I'm thinking. And this thing's not even doing anything right now. 1 second, let's figure it out. It's taken the flux, I think, because there's no more flux in there. Let's just follow it back and make sure this is actually working. It's quite important our flux continues to go over into this thing. Yeah, cool. So we got flux going in here, so that's going to supply the biter eggs. And hopefully we can continue our production of all the good stuff. Fantastic. That solves that problem. Now we can look at bringing the calcite and stuff out of this system and into our new build. So let me figure out how I'm going to do that. I'm going to tell my cargo landing pad to only request 500 calcite. That should be 1 row of calcite. Then we'll take the calcite and we'll bring it up. Now where we bring it up, probably around here. I think one of these 2 belts is for calcite. It doesn't particularly matter which one. So along this line. So the calcite goes in here. And what about the calcite that goes into this one? I think I just had 2 separate belts of calcite, but we should probably connect the belts. So we need to do a split of some kind and bring it out here and here. Okay, that's fine. We'll just bring that back here. Throw in a splitter somewhere here. and then we'll bring it in that way. Now I'm actually running out of green stuff, so I'm gonna go send my ship back to grab some more. We'll grab some more belts, we'll grab some more of these, and then we'll grab some splitters as well maybe. But we can just use blue stuff for now, I guess. Doesn't really matter. We're just transporting all the ore in. So we'll see if this is enough oh, stop that. I want you to filter for calcite. And you filter for flux. I'm gonna grab all that flux back out now. Put the flux back in here. Fantastic. Alright, great. So now all the calcite and stuff will come down. And I think at the moment, since my ship isn't doing anything, we should probably get it to start moving between the two planets. Why also is a white science not being produced and or shipped over? This is not set to read contents. Alright, there we go. Now white science is being produced. Fantastic. We're getting white science and we're getting calcite, which is what we need. So we'll let that do its thing. It's going to continuously ship calcite down here until we hit 500, which is fair enough. We've already hit 500. So that's the calcite done. Let's bring in the next material, which is either going to be iron or copper. I'll bring in the copper first. I don't think I brought enough undergrounds for all this. That was 50 undergrounds? Crazy. Alright, maybe I'm going to go back and bring more undergrounds. Wait, copper doesn't go in that one. Copper goes in this one. Alright, it's going to take a while for the copper to actually come in. There we go. We can actually see this system kick itself off now. Check it out. We got copper in here. And calcite, hello. Oh, it doesn't have a jumper. And there we go. Our first molten copper in our new system. And now the molten copper has not really anywhere to go yet. Well, it's making copper cable, which is fantastic. Let's get the iron in. Alright, while that iron is traveling, we'll just make sure it's correct. Yep, it's coming. Alright, that's the iron and the copper in. I think we need to get the stone in at some point. Did we even do a stone mine? We didn't even do a stone mine, but we can grab the stone mine. Should be running out of legendary miners by now, but it's okay. Oh, I did do a stone mine. What am I doing? Alright, let's bring the stone in then. Now we want it to go down around there. I think I went a bit too far. I'm not sure where the stone actually goes. It goes in here, here, and here. Okay. Yep, stone goes in here to make stone brick, and it also continues on to go into the main system. This inserter is not fast enough to keep up. One day we're gonna have to make like faster inserters, or we're gonna have to like split the belt or something and have two inserters in the meantime, but we'll see how everything tracks. Cool, I think that's all our main materials. Coal also needs to go in somewhere. Where does coal go? Doesn't coal need to make plastic? And I think I inserted coal from up the top. I believe that this is the coal belt. So let's get coal in there. So we'll get it out of the way. We'll come at it from this side. It's going to mark the place I want it to go. And then we'll get it going up. Fantastic. That's the coal in. Then we just need to get the crude oil in. That should be the easiest part. So crude oil and water. We forgot about water. Oh man, water is not even that close. That one, this is the water line. So let's bring the water. Do I even have an offshore pump on me or can make one? All I need is pipe, which I have, and 7 plates. Surely I can steal some plates from here. There we go. Players, after being off-world for so long, you forget NAUVIS just straight up has water and it's not an annoying resource to craft. There's the water in, and lucky last is the oil, which we brought in from somewhere here. So we'll bring out an oil line and get that connected as well. This way, and down you go. Is that it? Is that all that's needed to get everything functional? Alright, you are making petroleum. We are cracking petroleum, I believe, disabled because we don't have enough heavy oil. Makes sense, because they're making lubricant as well. Then we are making this, we're making this. I don't see any reason why this won't all just start working. I can already see green circuits, and when this eventually makes plastic, we should get red circuits, which means eventually, oh, we already got some science going. Alright, we're gonna have to wait for this stuff to kick off. So red circuits, let's see what's wrong with the red circuits. Nothing, it's going. What's wrong with the red circuits? It can't craft that fast because the belt is too slow. The inserter is too slow. But somehow it still keeps up, crazily enough. Yeah, we got everything except for this, which needs blue circuit, and blue circuit ain't doing it because of sulfuric acid. Now, this sulfuric acid isn't actually working, so let's figure out why. Something's missing here. Weird. I don't know why this is just misconnected. Oh, I think I changed when I shifted everything around a bit, it kind of messed this up, I think. Let me just fix this line. How was this working in my test version then? The heck? Clearly cheating. No matter, we'll get the sulfuric acid in and then blue circuits will be working. And with blue circuits finally going, this thing should have everything it needs to make some stuff. And we just need to now bring the white science in. So the white science will go here, I guess, for now. So it'll look something like this, right? Because we only want half a belt of white science. This is still part of... Oh, no, stop. Yeah, we'll put a filter on there for white science. And then this will be whatever next science it is, right? Fantastic. So we can get that going. We'll get rid of this. And then we can test the speed of some of this stuff. We actually need to request the white science. So again, we'll just request 500 or 1,000 at a time so we don't overload the system. Or overload the storage bays, I should say. But then when the white science comes, it should go in here and get loaded. And all of these bays are now loaded with science. If I kick off something that requires only these sciences, we should be able to test if we have all our volumes correct. I don't have anything I can test with except follow a robot, but I don't want to waste all my science doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just temporarily do worker robot speed and bring Fulgoran science in. So let me just do that real quick. I need to go get some Fulgoran science. Let me drop off some of this crap. Oh, I need a recycler bin thing over on NAUVIS. I can just drop this into recyclers. I might build that. NAUVIS has a problem where I just drop everything everywhere and it never gets properly recycled or dealt with. And it just accrues and accrues and it's not good. Let me just build a bunch of stuff here. Wait, that's not how a recycling bin thing works. Do something like that. My NAUVIS is a mess, don't worry about it. We'll delete all this base one day, but I still need it right this minute. Now I can get rid of some of this stuff. Oh, look at all this tungsten and stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I don't feel like I want to delete the tungsten. Let's just chuck that in here for now. Can't delete the asteroids. But yeah, all this landfill, let me put that back. I don't think I'm gonna need the landfill anymore. Oh, I do have a landfill maker and it's full. Okay, so this is all just excess landfill then. Alright, back you go. Now I got some space. I'm gonna go grab all my EM science because we've got boxes and boxes of this stuff. Boxes and boxes and boxes. This is too much EM science for my cargo bay, but it's fine. I think everything in our new system is sufficiently backed up, so it'll be a good test to see what our science actually goes up to now. Crazy how we finally implemented this in the game. All right, EM science is dropped in. I'm going to drop... oh, no. I knew this would happen. I'm going to take some out. That was silly. I'm going to drop some like this and just chuck these into here. And all right, you guys, my army of robots. Thank God for my army of robots dealing with the flux. All right, cool. So everything's loaded up now. Let's kick this baby off and see what it can really do. Brought the EM science so we can do this research. So let's queue this up and get rid of this polymer stuff and see what it can really do. Nothing. It's not even researching. Is it? Is it going? Why is it not like buzzing and stuff? What is going on? This doesn't feel like it's researching anything. 132 per minute. Hello? 217 per minute. I feel like there's enough stuff on the belt. It just doesn't keep grabbing it. Are these inserters too slow or what's happening? All right, this one's getting loaded up. It's just not performing at the same as a single legendary thing because of the way this insertion is happening. It doesn't like it. Well, that's annoying. We will have to do something about that because this can't be doing this. Even this is not continuous because of the inserters. Okay, fine. All right, we're gonna have to move the labs around a bit. So if we observe one, we can see that it's perfectly fine at doing it. It just can't daisy chain onto the next one. It's not. Either I need legendary inserters to do that process, or I need to just do this better. I'm thinking just doing something simple like this, right? And then we can put a second lab here. And in theory, we should just be able to do something like that. Oh my God, I ran out of undergrounds again, really? All right, off you go back to get more undergrounds for me. In the meantime, let's just do this with blues because it doesn't need to be green. I mean, this belt can just keep going, right? It doesn't really matter. And then we can have a spoilage belt out when we deal with the other science. So basically, this is the lab setup. We just need to copy that 4 times and they should all connect. And that should be enough stuff for us. We will need a couple more beacons and speed modules. I've run out of speed modules. Didn't I bring more speed modules? Or did I not ship them down? I think I put them onto Aquilo too, but I never shipped them back down, or have we legitimately run out of speed modules? We've got plenty of prod modules. We've just completely run out of speed modules. Oh, we already at Aquilo anyway. You might as well bring me some more speed modules. All right, let's observe our science now that this is all set up like this. Okay, purple science, that's what it looked like in our demo. So that's fine, I'm okay with that. These are all going at max speed now. And let's look at our science. We're at 600-ish because we don't have all the speed modules hooked up properly. Is that why? Let's just take a look real quick. So this is, okay, this is only capable of processing 9 science per minute, apparently, even though, oh, right, because I don't have the back of the speed modules. But let's see, the purple is still not backing up at 9 science per minute. That means this baby isn't performing at maximum. So let's tune this a little bit while we're waiting for our stuff anyway. See what's wrong with volcanics. Why are you not launching rockets? You are doing your best, but I'm asking for a lot. All right, that's fine. All right, why are you not producing at maximum? The stone is an issue. Why is the stone an issue? Okay, it's not the stone that's an issue. It's the output of rails that's an issue. This is too much for one thing. I need stack inserters here is what we're saying. Maybe 2 stack inserters. There we go. Stacks of rails. Now are you an issue? I guess you need to be a stack inserter to grab as well. Still like struggling to grab rails fast enough from this thing. The issues created by this is so random, right? Like it's inserter issues in real life. It's crazy. So we can grab these like that, and then we can get that to do this, go around, curve it so it doesn't interfere with each other, and use 2 stack inserters. Is that going to grab it fast enough? Kind of, but not really. You're still producing too slowly. Let's see what your demand is. You're trying to produce 14, which is a little bit high for my liking, but you're demanding 70, and you're able to produce 60, which is fine. But are you actually producing that much? No, because not enough stone is happening. Let's just move this a little bit out of the way, and we'll get this to go around this way. Oh, you need to go here, and we'll get you to help out. Crazy how many inserters you need to get this working. Look at this flickery. It's just like, what the heck is going on? It's struggling so hard. All right, there's a lot of rails for you. Are you a little bit happier with that purple science? I think it is. I think it's very happy now. Now let's look at our SPM. We're still at 600 because we don't have the speed modules. But when Aquilo comes back with everything, still waiting for modules, 50 should be enough. Maybe we'll just get 100. Oh, there's another 150 on the way. All right, we're almost ready to go. Look, I just set up another lab in case. I have another lab. We might as well use the other lab. We have a blue lab as well. We'll go replace this first one with a blue lab. Why not? We have the beacons, we have the labs, we have the power. Why not just make an infinite row of labs? I say we have the beacons. Have we actually run out of beacons? That's hilarious. Didn't I bring 100 beacons? Wow. Okay. Well, apparently 100 beacons isn't enough, so we'll just use some normal beacons, I guess, until the other thing comes back. This is an extra lab anyway, it doesn't really matter. But we'll go send you off to get more beacons in. That's fine. Off you go back to NAUVIS to drop off our stuff, and we'll grab more beacons. But you are working a little bit in the meantime, and theoretically this can work at 10.5, which is our target amount. And our science per minute shot up to 600. And it's definitely not a... Yeah, it's definitely not a science issue. It's definitely a lab issue, because we have all the science. As you can see, all our science belts are fully backed up now. So we just need more labs, which is obviously not a problem. So we'll just wait for our thing to arrive, and we'll shove the speed modules in and see what we get up to. All right, we've got our speed modules now. I'm going to chuck them in, and I'm going to send it off to get better beacons. So off you go, Aquilo, over to Fulgora, and you can go request some legendary beacons. Let's do another 100. Oops, forgot to drop the things off, damn it. All right, so with regular beacons in here, this in theory should be doing 14.15 science per second, which is more than that in theory than we're producing, right? And we can see the science is draining a little bit, and they're all running at sort of maximum. Fantastic. Now we can see our science per minute, and that's it. 800, right? A little bit less than testing. Testing was fluctuating well beyond 800. Well, actually, we are going up well beyond 800 now. And that's fantastic. There we go. 800 science per minute achieved in a tiny little form factor like this. Love it. What do you guys think? We did it. We did it in the actual game. Amazing. Sometimes not everything always like pans out exactly in the game. And yeah, we're limited by purple science again because we've run out of electric engines. All right, let's figure out what's going on here. We'll do a little bit of troubleshooting, debugging, and observing the system and seeing how things go. Of course, without electric engines, it's going to drop down real quick. But we'll try to figure out what's going on. Electric engine has run out of red circuit. Fair enough. What happened to my red circuits? My red circuits are run out of green circuits. Why has green circuits run out? Have copper cable. Copper cable is fine. It's just too slow at pumping them in. So we can just pump them in a bit faster with 2 inserters. That's not a problem. Now we can make slightly more green circuit, which makes slightly more red circuits. It's not perfect. It's not running continuously. I'm not sure which system actually needs to run continuously for everything to work. But now we're making electric engines continuously. So I guess that's good enough. We're running out of steel now. Steel? How are we running out of steel? Steel is coming from here. We're not running out of steel. We're having inserter issues everywhere. This is a stack inserter, but that's fine, right? All right, now we're producing electric engines quickly again, and purple science looks like it's keeping up again. And we are sitting, well, when the thing averages out, hopefully back to 800 again. I feel like this looks like it's continuously producing. Yeah, every other science seems to be fine. This is a crazy, crazy build. Let's have a look at the electric engines. We need 2.3, but that's overproducing. 2.18. Yeah? I mean, this is a little bit under, but that's fine, right? The actual number we need is 0.9. The only reason it needs 2.3 is because we've got a couple of extra beacons around it. Yeah, we're popping back up over 800. Amazing. We just finished... Did we finish an entire research while I was just troubleshooting that? That's crazy. All right. We're going to keep observing the system while I put some concrete around this entire base to make it nice and pretty before we end the episode. I told you the stupidest thing ever is that my old base is actually out of stone brick and unable to produce any more concrete. Oh man, so dumb. So I'm gonna make some concrete. I'm gonna make some hazard concrete over here now. Make this many hazard concrete and mostly make concrete. Oh, we run out of white science. Have we run out of white science? You have run out of ice. Fair enough. This thing is not traveling, so obviously we need to test it now that it actually goes to volcanists. So we're going to get all requests fulfilled. And when we get to volcanists, we're going to start getting a metallurgic science. But we're not going to get it to do metallurgic science right now. We're just going to get it to move to volcanists so we can start getting some asteroids. Wait, something's wrong with my combinator. This thing doesn't have combinators on it. It's just been grabbing random asteroids. Ugh, disgusting. No wonder. I knew I'd find a bug eventually. Connect all this up. There we go. Now we got ice asteroids. You should be producing white science again. Plenty of white science coming in. And by the time you get back to Thingo, you should be able to drop some white science. All right, we're going to limit your speed a little bit because I think you're going way too fast. 350 kilometers per second. No. You go slower, like 150. I don't want you to go any sort of fast speed. I want you to do really slow trips. So when you come back, you have like 1,000 science bank, not like 300. And some calcite as well. But yeah, it's picking all the ice asteroids. Fantastic. We'll get these to start grabbing more ice asteroids. And as it burns through the rest of its asteroid bank, hopefully it'll be able to do that. Because at the moment, we ain't picking up enough ice asteroids. But keep traveling. You're all good. When you get to NAUVIS, we probably want you to... Well, it can't be like white science 0, because it may not necessarily drop all 1,000 science, right? So let's just make it wait like 30 seconds at NAUVIS. All right, we'll let that do its thing while I continue to build the concrete pathing around everything. All right, here's the foundry concrete pathing that we did. So we'll chuck those around all the foundries. It looks so much better here than on lab tiles because it's got that little lip, that elevation that it didn't have against lab tiles for some reason. Oh, we're out of hazard concrete already. Lucky I built my new concrete machine right here. Let's release the hazard concrete and allow it to max out its concrete. Maybe that's like too much. We're not producing concrete that fast because we don't have our prod modules. All right, Aquilo, drop your stuff. Give me... Oh, no, you grabbed a whole bunch more legendary stuff. Whoops. Oh, well, can't hurt having extra legendary stuff on NAUVIS, right? So let's drop our prod modules and our speed modules and all of our beacons. Now, let's check in on Space Platform 1. It's coming back to NAUVIS now. It's going to wait 30 seconds. Will it be able to drop off all its white science in 30 seconds? There you go. There's a first package of 1,000. Maybe we'll request 2,000 at a time. And that will allow us to drop off another 2,000, maybe? Yeah, that's all the white science gone. And it'll continue the research. Fantastic. I want this to be continuous when it does its round trip. So we're going to keep doing testing. But we can slowly do testing and do concrete at the same time. All right, here's the concrete hazard. Concrete hazard. hazard concrete for this stuff, the chem labs and for assemblers. So I'm going to drop those down. Why does that not look like it's right? That wasn't right. Gotta get the hazard concrete right. That way I know where to put all my future beacons. This is going to be a very fun system to tune and increase one day. Like, crazy how all of these is powered by this like one legendary beacon and it's just like going mad. All right, let's check our science. Everything's still good. We're sitting pretty at 850, really nice. How's SS Power? So we haven't burnt through our science yet, and not SS Power, sorry. Space Platform 1 is already back at NAUVIS with another batch of science. Fantastic. We're already on worker robot speed 10 now. This is amazing. All right, let's keep going with this thing. We need to put an EM plant in the middle now and figure out the sizing for the next bit. Oh wait, let me do the ones for the science facilities down here first. I suppose you guys are going to want the blueprint for this thing. I don't know why. It's pretty, I don't know. This is not that good. Is it good? I kind of like it, but it's not like perfectly designed. Like, I'd love to spend, you know, 15 hours just redesigning this thing so all the cabling here is neat. Or the belting, I mean. You know, I actually love doing real life cable management. You should see my office. It's actually really, really neat. But that's because I spent hours and hours and hours doing everything to make it neat. Whereas this was like a really hack job and I haven't gone back and fixed this. I hate this like middle section. I'm only fake making it neat using concrete. All right, that's everything done. We just got to do the EM plants now. So let me do that real quick. Fantastic. That's where all the beacons go. And now we're done with all of that. I did line this up properly, right? Yeah, I did. It's just this top bit and this top bit doesn't line up because of the size of this thing. That's fine. The bottom lines up, I think, kind of. Yeah, I lined it up somehow. Don't worry, the refined concrete will even everything out. So we put a row of refined concrete. I think I did it based on the measurements here, and then everything will just magically start looking a lot better. We're going to use the refined concrete to create the illusion of alignment over here, where it's not actually aligned. This is also the last of our refined concrete, but luckily for me, I had a full box of it, so hopefully that's enough to finish coloring in our build. Now, I know there's definitely a way to save blueprints with the concrete underneath. I just haven't bothered figuring out how. I'm sure somebody will explain it to me in the comments at some point. Ugh, stupid belt. I really need that thing that stops the belt from moving me. All right, that's the refined concrete in, and then we just put normal concrete, I believe, in the middle to fill it in. Look how fast my robots are. Holy crap, I didn't even realize, like, I forgot I actually did robot speed, and it's actually super fast now. Crazy. All right, let's do the rest. I think I had refined concrete. I forgot how I did the build, but we'll just figure it out. Oh, I missed the hazard concrete thing around here. I need the right sized one, this one. And then we can wrap this around with refined concrete. By the way, our science is still sitting pretty at 850. Much as I love to spend a really, really long time on aesthetics, unfortunately, I do have a series to make and I can't just... Like, if I want to get episodes out once a day or once every couple of days, I've been trying really hard to get you guys daily episodes. But this stuff is taking a really long time. It probably takes me like 8 hours of doing stuff to make the 1 hour episode. It's kind of really, really brutal at the moment because of how difficult all the planning is and the execution on these factories. Like, I cut through a lot in my video, but testing and iterating and things like that and just waiting around for stuff to happen, it's actually really, really time consuming. So unfortunately, as much as I'd love to, I just simply don't have the time to sit here and fiddle with everything until it's all perfectly beautiful and symmetric, unfortunately. So I apologize if my not so pretty builds are tilting you guys. Stuff is being destroyed. Where is this? Oh, my oil thing. Oh my god, I built my oil thing and I never walled it off. What the hell am I doing? The buy design just gonna sit there and let me pump oil for free, right? I'm gonna go negotiate with them a little, do a little peace treaty thing going on. All right, we rebuilt that. Oh, my modules. All right, I get it, Bites, I get it. You don't like it. You don't like this thing. Let me put up some walls. We'll wall up the entire oil field. I'll just go from end to end here. Is that covering the whole oil field? I believe it is. Just built a completely undefended oil extraction area, like in the middle of Bida territory. That was a great idea, wasn't it? Probably need a turn somewhere here. These are the outermost oil fields. Probably around here. I'm going like way too far. I'm just going to immediately double up these walls because I know they're going to get attacked and I don't have any droids over here, so, and I'm not going to connect this to the droid network, so we're just going to wall it off with double lasers, maybe even triple lasers. I mean, there's no harm, right? We'll put down some robo ports to repair this whole area. Oh, I can just cover it all with one roboport, I think. I can cover it all with one roboport. I need to give it some power. Not sure why I'm trying to be so neat here, because it is an oil field after all. We'll give it some repair packs so it can repair some stuff. And then we'll drop a chest. Now, what chests did they say they can access and they can't access? I believe you can access a buffer chest, right? This far into the game and I still don't know what chests a roboport can access and what it can't access. So we'll give it some walls, some of these. We'll drop a radar so we can see, and that's it. Yeah, that should be fine. I know this thing's like a bit awkward. Good enough for now. Let's keep pressing on. Check our science. We're still, whoa, we're at 933 a minute. How, what? Okay, apparently we're almost hitting 1000 SPM. Why? What have I done? Apparently we still have more science than these labs can handle. Oh wow, what the hell? So we can actually get to 1000 SPM just by adding another lab. Is that what you're telling me? I don't even have any more labs. That's how stupid this is. I'm not gonna add another lab. We'll just leave it there for now. It's fine. 900. We'll assume we've hit 1000 SPM. I'll hit it at the end of the video after I finish concreting everything. I think I've already finished concreting everything except for the lab section. But we need to add in one more section for, I think I had some like hazard concrete just denoting that these are all separate areas. I think that was like the last little piece. Put it like that and it just goes, or was it just like one singular line of hazard concrete that just says like, this is for two different stuff. I think like here and here. Wow, that was the worst drawing of a straight line I've ever done. There we go. How does that base look to you guys? Is that a decent looking base? Little mega base that does 1000 SPM? Well, it's gonna do way more than 1000 SPM one day, but for now it does 930 SPM. Freaking crazy. I can't believe I actually implemented this thing in the game and it actually works. Legendary buildings have really broken Factorio. This is not how you should be producing 1000 SPM. You should be making an awesome, huge mega base. But apparently you don't need to do that anymore. You can just make this thing. So let's add some final touches and put some concrete on this thing. I don't know why I'm concreting this thing because we all know we're going to have to add like 1 billion cargo bays, but why not? And let's just add some concrete to this thing. So we'll use hazard concrete to denote where all the beacons go. Not that we need it, but sure. And we can just do regular concrete in the middle. And we'll follow it up with a little bit of refined concrete around the border and we're done. Ugh, that's all my refined concrete. One more trip. Might as well grab a lab while I'm back there. Now I've definitely run out of good labs, so we're just gonna have to use normal biolabs until I figure out a solution to our biolab problem. Alright, that's it. We've added one more biolab. We've capped out at 1000 science per minute, which is a nice round number. Pretty good. I think that was our target for our megabase, right? 1000 science per minute. But as you can see, we are not even remotely close to like max beacon at the moment. So we can still improve this a lot by tuning it. But before we do that, we're going to do a couple of other things. First, I need my legendary biolabs. I can't just keep adding biolabs like this. It's just gonna get too crazy, right? So we need some better biolabs, at least purple, but it's a legendary base, so we're gonna go for legendary biolabs. I'm gonna go for a setup, and we're gonna do the dumbest setup, right? See the way I was rolling for legendary capture rockets before? We're just gonna do that, but with biolabs. So we're gonna commit all of the resources of our old base to making legendary biolabs alone, and this entire NAUVIS base is now just going to be dedicated to doing that. So let's get rid of this crap. Let me put down a new box here so that I can just store all this stuff I didn't need. I don't even know where it came from, but it's fine. I'm gonna get rid of all this, all our wasted 300 uranium, and we're just gonna set up a biolab roller down here. It's basically gonna be this, so I'm gonna just take a copy of it, and we're just gonna modify it. Or we can cut it, right? Now it's been over 3 hours, so all the flux in here has probably disappeared, but whatever. Oh man, this thing's gonna annoy me forever. A rocket has dropped a thing over here and I haven't claimed it. Oh god, I have to go do that. Alright, so how are we going to do this? So we need an assembler and we need all of our legendary assemblers. Do we have any legend? We only have 5. Oh, that's not good. Actually, we don't need the legendary assemblers for some of the parts. So let me just put down. So we're just going to assemble everything in normal quality and roll normal quality biolabs. And then we're going to up-roll them using the same upcycling technique we did before. It's the worst way to get legendaries. It's the slowest way to get legendaries. But I cannot be bothered figuring out how to get legendary every single stage of material we need for the biolab. So we're just going to go this way. Now we need all of these materials. So let me just remove this out of the way first. We can just direct feed, right? And then we can have a side feed with a box for everything else. Then we need feeds for these two things. So we're going to make them in regular quality. If we just grab that, they can get started. Should have everything here. I don't think anything requires anything weird like stone or anything. This thing needs bloody regular belts. What an annoying chain of stuff. Regular belts. Okay, you can make regular belts, put it into here. You can make labs, put it into here. Now this is really, really slow, but is it so slow for this thing? How long does it take to make? Screw it, we'll just stick speed modules in there. Now you can grab the rest of the stuff from here. We do need refined concrete. Damn it, that means we need a feed for stone. Oh god. Alright, we're gonna have to set up a stone feed then, otherwise this isn't gonna last very long. Let me figure out where the nearest stone feed is. Alright, stealing the stone from this side it is. That's gonna be the least problematic solution for now, I guess. And we'll again do this with big miners so that it doesn't screw with anything. I think like one big miner under the influence of a beacon is like more than enough to do this, right? Surely. This thing makes 30 stone per second. I think that's more than enough for our needs. So we won't steal too much stone from the system. I need some prod modules so it doesn't drain my stone pile instantly. They literally made biolabs probably one of the most annoying things to make. Did I run out of undergrounds? Yeah, I did. 1 second. Let me bring some more undergrounds. Just had to do one last annoying project before we called it an end to this episode. Bear with me, guys. This is my train line. Is this the right line? The right line is along here. And no, I'm not going to set up an entire train logistics just to do this, because this is the last of the things I actually need my old base to do. And then we can decommission our old base eventually. Because there's a lot of other stuff that I'm going to be doing for a while. And while that's doing it, we can just very slowly roll biolabs. And think about how many biolabs we actually need. If each legendary biolab processes 10 science per second, we may only need 3 or 4 or 5 max, and we should be sweet. So once that comes in, we can tack it into the stone, which is right here. Why did the stone need to continue down this way? I did need some of this stuff. So I just need the stone to come in here. There's literally 3 different colored belts mixing over here. That's freaking insane. Alright, cool. Now the stone should come in at 30 per second, which isn't fast, but it's a full red belt worth in theory. And let's just make sure the stone is coming through. It is. And that will eventually make concrete, and it will make refined concrete, more importantly. And the refined concrete will be used to make biolabs. Refined concrete is being stored here. We'll give back whatever we have left, which is not many. You can stop making hazard concrete. I don't care about hazard concrete anymore. So that should be all good. Now we have refined concrete. We have that. We should be able to make a biolab. We need uranium. We are running out of enriched uranium. I think we can stop our thing from turning all that enriched uranium into other crap, because currently it's being turned into this. Our Kovarak's enrichment process can be faster, I guess. And then it's bringing the uranium where? Into this box, and then it's being immediately used somewhere. Where's all our enriched uranium? I mean, we deleted 300, which kind of sucks. But we should still have tons. Why do we only have 20? Let me enhance this process a bit to make faster uranium, I guess. Because that's how we make infinite enriched uranium, right? It's going to be very slow without enriched uranium. Oh man, I really regret deleting those 300 now. And we can't turn this back either. I wonder if I can turn off the fuel cells for a while, because I don't think I need any more fuel cells. Let me just put a wire in here and just be like, if the fuel cells is less than 10, we'll let it go. Otherwise, just stop. How much is a stack? 50. We'll say if it's less than 50, then start making fuel cells again. Otherwise, just chill with the enriched uranium. And this thing is processing it. It's got 80. We got to just make the Kovarak's process a little bit faster. Can we make it more efficient? We can. That's good. Then can we make it a little bit faster? Okay, this thing loads the Kovarak. Yep, that makes sense. So if we just shove the beacon here, I feel like we can make all of this more efficient as well and use up less uranium to make the same stuff. I don't know if it's a good use of our modules, but that's fine, whatever. we don't have much actual raw uranium coming through. But why don't we have a lot? We have heaps here. I have a feeling I want to extend this 1.4 million uranium, so I might go here and chuck some big miners in there as well before we end the episode, because I feel like the uranium is suddenly becoming a problem. But for now, let's just add a beacon to this thing to get it to just go super speed. I think one beacon with speed modules should be more than enough to get Kovrak's enrichment going hard. It'll use up all of the regular uranium, but hopefully with a train full of regular uranium coming through, these will go a little bit faster. What is going on? Is that train just not doing what I want it to do? I feel like it's drip feeding the uranium and it's going at like 1 billion miles an hour. Come here, train, stop doing your thing. Yeah, you're definitely not doing the thing, right? Empty the cargo inventory. Has cargo inventory? No, full cargo. There you go. We'll fix that problem. Then we will go, and now that we got faster enriched uranium, hopefully more than we can use. I feel like I'm losing enriched uranium here, making this stuff. Is this gonna kill my Kovrak's process and I'm gonna lose my 40 enriched uranium? I feel like we should only request stuff if there's a certain amount of enriched uranium. Anyway, this thing's making labs and it's not going into recycling, which is fine. Whoa, crap, it's made so many labs already, no wonder. This thing's so fast. I don't think our uranium is like keeping up with this thing. This thing is net outputting 0.1 uranium per second. And this thing uses up how much uranium per second? I gotta make sure that we're not burning through all our enriched uranium and killing the Kovrak's process. 0.75, that's so much uranium. Alright, 1 second. We need to hook the machine up to the logistics system. So we only want to enable when the uranium... Wait, can we hook up this thing to the logistics system? No, we can't hook up this thing. But we can tell this thing to only connect when we have enough enriched uranium in the system. At the moment, we have -4. So we want this to be greater than, say, 100. So we have a bank of uranium. They don't do stuff. Disabled by controlled behavior. Fantastic. So yeah, you're good. Just stop doing stuff for a second while I figure all this out. But this thing is definitely making labs. Now we just need to upcycle the labs. So if this is less than legendary, then we want it to upcycle, right? We don't want any of the green ones. We don't want any of the other ones. And then after it upcycles, it will drop all of its higher level components into these 4 factories. So we'll get these to... Oh, we have to change the recipe first. Now, whether the thing will work or not, because if you imagine, we might get a lot of legendary Vita eggs, but whether that will happen within a 30-minute window, I don't know. So this entire process may never produce a legendary lab, in which case it's back to the drawing board to find a more robust solution to this. But this is just a little gamble that I'm doing, just a very temporary solution while I work on other stuff, because legendary biolabs, yeah, they'll be good, but they're not necessary right now. So I don't want to spend like an entire hour figuring out how to get legendary uranium, legendary Vita eggs to get a proper build going. So this is just going to be a gamble. We're just going to make whatever biolabs that we can, and then we're going to recycle the biolabs and yeah, try to make a legendary one. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, then so be it. We'll just observe the system in the background as we do other things, because there are plenty of other things that we need to be doing. Now, did this thing bring out a biolab? It turned a biolab back into a biolab. Hold on 1 second. Did I set all this up for no reason? This thing literally just creates biolabs and then it just upcycles them. What? What is this nonsense? So I don't need to do this. I don't need this. What? That's the stupidest upcycling thing I've ever seen. Oh my lord. All right. So then in that case, we just need to go over here, put the biolabs into a box when it makes a biolab. Then if it's less than legendary, then we upcycle it. And once it comes out, we just put it back into the box. We did make, it's not that many. To make a legendary from a normal, you need like 1 in 100. So I doubt all of these biolabs, but maybe we'll get a couple of purple ones. Who knows? Let's give it a go. And then we'll just let this system run in the background. I guess they've made it simplified by making biolabs turn into higher quality biolabs directly without the other processes. But yeah. Alright, we'll just let that run for a bit. And if we happen to get some higher quality biolabs, then so be it. I don't think I've made any mistakes in this system. Let's figure out how we can make new biolabs. So it's got everything it needs except for, okay, it's just waiting for Kovarax. That's fine. We'll check on the Kovarax system. I did have to fix my train a little because it had 2 wagons. So I had to put in the condition that, you know, it has to have the cargo at a certain amount because, well, I can just delete this wagon really. But yeah, it was over there before when I did that. But anyway, we've got uranium. Uranium is coming out. It's going into the Kovarax system. Kovarax is making more uranium. We've already made an extra 25, I believe. And then that uranium is pushing into this system at the moment. But we don't want it to push into this system. This system is still loading up, I think. It's going to fill up over here, right? Why is it not filled up already? Alright, I think over time this will just be okay. Because I've like super amped up my Kovarax enrichment process over here. So it should be producing new uranium. And I can definitely see it's all fully loaded up. So we should be good. We're going to let the system run for a little bit to even itself out. And we'll just observe. Why has my science per minute dropped back down to nothing? Let me go figure out my new system. Something has broken. I've broken something, I'm sure. We've recycled all our biolabs and we've gotten nothing. Nothing, no epic, no legendary. All right, fantastic. This is clearly going to be a very slow process, but that's fine. We'll let it do its thing. All right, why have you stopped everything? You are missing a science of some kind. No, you have every science. Ah, I've run out of purple science, finally. Oh, I see what's happened. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, look at all this legendary flux. What can I do with it? I can make a legendary capture robot. Not even enough for that. Let me dump my inventory now. All these colorful crap in my inventory now from doing all this random stuff. I'm just going to grab some of the purple science and bring it over to continue testing. We can also test with our orange science. We notice we have a lot of orange science. But yeah, we can definitely see that our science per minute has hit 1,000, even though like we'll do one final demonstration before we close off the episode. So you guys know I'm not cheating or anything. But yeah, we've definitely hit 1,000 science per second, which I'm pretty happy with. And we will continue on next episode. Obviously, you can see what our next steps are. We're going to have to give this same treatment to all 3 planets and start importing all this extra science. So we'll start importing our Fulgoran science. We'll have to go to Fulgora, we'll have to go to Volcanus, we'll have to go to Gleba and get all of these science produced at the same rate of 10 per second. And we don't currently have that, so we'll have to get that all sorted. I think our white science is going fantastic, so whatever we've done on our ship works perfectly fine. It is going to Volcanus and back at the moment with science, so it should be all good. We just need to go to the actual planets and build the facilities to produce this level of science, and we will be complete. We will have a proper 1000 SPM factory all ready to go. Let's just see this zoom up to 1000 SPM one last time before we go, and we'll call it the end of an episode. I think this is a fantastic little factory we built. What do you guys think? It works really well. I really think it works really well. I feel like I had a little blue biolab, right? Let's just upgrade one of them and then upgrade this one to green to see if we can get it even going a little bit faster. Technically, this can consume 20 science per second. Yeah, I think it's going as fast as it's gonna get, right? Get it to zoom up to like 1200 science per second. What a crazy setup. What do you guys think of this? 1000 science per second, tiny little footprint. I mean, if we just wanted to do 1000 science per second with no mind for future expandability, we could probably condense this into a quarter of the size that it currently is. We could get everything to share these few beacons that are required to get this setup going and just make it into like a tiny box that just makes 1000 science per second. That would be hilarious. But I kept it for future expandability because, you know, why not? We can maybe go for 10,000 science per second per minute. Why stop at 1,000 at this rate? We're at 1,200 at the moment, which is pretty insane. We can very easily burn through all my stockpiles of science really quickly. I don't know why I need worker speed 11. We could probably pick some other better research to do at some point. Probably stuff like, you know, this blue circuit thing. But yeah, next episode, we're going to Gleba, we're going to Volcanus, we're going to Fulgora, and we're going to make ultra compact 10 science per second setups that are expandable on each of the planets. We might need to make new ships dedicated to transporting that science, and we'll figure all that out next episode. So if you don't want to miss out on that, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.